The film Sunday is unique in many, many ways. Brought to light by two Allman High School graduates who spent a number of days in the building that we're in right now, the Dr. Tracy Spaeth Performing Arts Building. Both college students, Ben Meenan, Illinois State, Chandler, Newcomb, University of Iowa, gathered a group of friends, put together the movie Sunday about life without sun, what we would go through, what every daily experience would be. They did it within the framework of a year, brought it to life, and released the film just recently. It has opened to rave reviews in Indiana and Illinois. They're looking to distribute the film nationwide. We sat down with these two amazing young people, had an opportunity to pick their brains on what it was like to put together this film and bring it to light on a low budget and chase the dream that they've always looked forward to being part of. First of all, thank you for taking the time. What does being at this on stage here at Allman High School in the Spaeth Performing Arts Center mean to you? And then we'll go to you, Chandler.
So what it means for me, I've literally, been here for 4 years doing, all the musicals from Shrek to Mary Poppins to Grease and finally to Hairspray, and to be back on this new stage and to just be back here is really just nostalgic and fun.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's really interesting. I wasn't much of a drama kid as him, so I wasn't up here as much. I think the one time I was right there to do Some Way to Love on the drums. Yeah. That was about my only, that was my only time to shine. I remember my sister yelling out, "Chandler!" That's about my only moment of fame here.
Let's talk about why we're here. A full-length feature film, produced, directed, brought to life by you two while completing your senior year of college, which is amazing unto itself. Talk first of all for just a second how Sunday came to life.
Well, also we want to extremely include my best friend Adam, Ahmed. Since the age of 0, he conjured up this idea and asked me if I wanted to be a part of a film, and I said, yes, sir. Let's get it done. And I eventually asked him, and so it's just funny how we were just able to all come together and just bring to life this feature film over the past 2 years. Yeah.
How'd you find time? And I don't care who, because you both, wow, we finally got to sleep.
Yeah.
But what was it like to make the film? We'll get to that. Talk about time management, being in college and making this happen.
Okay, so back to 2021 in the summer of July. So we would film from about 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Every day in July. So we had to, flip our time schedules. It's easier for him because he's a bit of a night owl, but for me, I'm more of a morning rooster like my mom. So, it's hard to get used to. And then, just combating with meeting with actors and, finding time to edit throughout college, it was just, I don't even know how we did it. We kind of just really went with the flow.
Just taking every weekend we can. I know for me and Adam, we did so much post-production stuff. He was in charge of editing. I did all the sounds, Foley everything. I had to turn my closet into a little makeshift Foley studio. It was pretty much just finding every waking moment that I can between, I'm a cinema student in Iowa, so along with making Sunday, I was doing other production stuff, other short films and things like that. So cool. It was a bit brutal, but you got through it.
Yeah.
What does a world without sun, what's that mean?
I think it really means, it represents depression and anxiety through this world with no sun. And it also means, in this world, they only get the sun once every 7 years. But we get the sun all the time. We get the environment all the time. So this world is just really about, how we as a culture can take things for granted. And, with this world with no sun, it's very anxietal and fear just to even get a glimpse of the sun, just to even get there one day, and everyone stresses out to go and see this world. So that's what it really represents to me.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about just taking the chances you have. At the beginning of the film, Leo, he's very anxiety driven, he's very scary, feels like that's his crush. Right. Pretty much everyone in the film, everyone's main drive is basically just fear. They live in a really scary world. They live in this, they live in this really dystopian, strange world with no sun. Comes out 7 years. It's such a strange time, but despite that, they still try to find the best moments they can. I think that's the main point of the film.
Explain to me how you got things done, fellas, with doing everything at night? And you mentioned the varying schedules, but and we'll get to garnering actors and bringing people in, but that's hard. Somebody's going to wonder why you're at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. And I've been on movie sets that have gone till 4 a.m., but they're wondering what's going on. How difficult was that?
It was difficult to start off at first, but it eventually became, fun and just, exciting to, have the night all to ourselves. I mean, we would run into no one except for the cops, maybe 5 or 6 times, because they'd be like, what are you doing with that camera by that, auto dealership? And we're like,
Never got easier to explain it to them. I don't think they'll ever understand.
Was there a permit involved? Did you have to go to cities and permits?
We eventually were able to work out thank yous, and we're still working that out as well. So it was a little, just going in and going after it and just filming it and getting out of there. I don't know, what would you say?
Yeah, it was just filming night. It was just so run and gun. Like you said, I'm more of a night owl anyway, so it wasn't that tough to me. But I know for some of us, it was really awful to pretty much switch our sleep schedule, a lot of energy drinks and stuff. But yeah, going back, it was no one was pretty much out there, so it was really fun to kind of have the entire city as our sandbox and just get really creative with it and just kind of do what we wanted.
You mentioned you had to leave normal, et cetera, where we went to school and run and make sure that other things were filmed in different spots. You mentioned South Bend. You grew up in that area. Talk about what it was like to leave, pick up and move and make things come to life.
Yeah, so 1 week we would film in South Bend, and then the next day it'd be like, oh, we got to go to Bloomington, Indiana, because there's this actor out here. There's this, place that I want to film out here, so we're going to do that. So then we'd, hitchhike over there, 4 hours, and then, film like a day, and then it's like, oh, you know what? Our actor can't do this next day, so let's go back to South Bend and film that. So then, it's driving during the day and trying to catch up on 2 hours of sleep before we have to film at, 8 o'clock again. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had to get really good at packing equipment. It was about my only job.
Which is welcome to television.
Yeah, right.
And just remembering the
film.
props, yeah. Yeah.
Was there ever a day where, and I understand positive and I understand negatives, was there ever a day that you threw your arms up and said, hey, we can't get this done?
There were definitely times where we were like this, just like our faces were like, what are we gonna do? Because sometimes a prop might be misplaced or then whatever. And then Adam would just have this look on his face and it would be like, oh, it's a miracle. Oh my God, this totally works perfect with the story, blah, blah, blah. Get this in here and film that. So, there were definitely times where we were stumped, but, having him and having Adam and me just be able to collaborate, I think it all made it all the worthwhile.
Talk about money, and I don't want to know exactly what it costs to bring this to light, but you obviously a shoestring budget. That's when most people start in this business. How did people buy in for whatever you could pay them, and where did you get the funds to make it happen?
So when you say pay them, it's kind of funny because we weren't able to pay anyone. We just found people who had similar dreams, had were really good at what they did, and we were just like, hey, let's come along and make something fun. And most of the production money is from me, Chandler, Adam, and then our other executive producer, Justin. So that's where it all came through, and it was a little over a budget of $2,500. So
wow,
yeah,
that's amazing. And when you were making this, and let's talk families for just a second. Were you told, hey, you're crazy? B, why are you doing this? You should be concentrating on finishing school? Or what? that's a wonderful
I don't think my parents fully understood.
Okay,
I'm not really sure.
Or did everybody just say, hey, fellas, run off and cut your path in life?
Yeah, I don't think I even fully understood what I was getting myself into.
You still don't.
I can't even remember what they said to my parents. Just like, yeah, I'm driving to Indiana for however many months by. But no, my mom and dad were extremely supportive throughout. They're helping with gas money or just checking up food and all that jazz. No, they were extremely helpful throughout. I'm really grateful.
Obviously, everybody understands this is a dream and it's okay to chase it.
No, yeah, absolutely. Same with my parents. They were extremely supportive. My dad and mom. They might not get it at first. But
your mom would. And I love your father. We wouldn't get it at first.
Yeah. But they've been extremely supportive, whether it's through the theater department here at Allman or just whether it's with my dream. So I'm very thankful to have them both by my side, and my brother and sister. They would call me and be like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'd be like, I need a break. Can I come to Chicago and like watch a White Sox game with you? Like, I need some time. So,
What's the goal to get out of Sunday? And explain the asterisk up on the corner where it says Sunday.
oh yeah. So that asterisk also, A, it represents the sun. B, people would put like an asterisk by something if they were to mark something significant. So to mark, Sunday significant, it's a world with no sun. So that's pretty significant. And also, we had to get the asterisk made. So it might be, we did a little research, but it might be the first movie with an asterisk on the marquee. So that's the cool thing about
fun
that.
fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a point in time where you turn to each other and say, "Hey, we got to finish school," or are we still chasing our dream? Did you still want to be an actor? Goals for you? Are those still in line, even though this project came in the middle of everything?
Yeah, I mean, I still have, one more class to go through, but I'm, basically graduated. I know he's graduated.
Yeah, I mean that was part of the goal, at least for me personally, with Sunday.
It's just, hone my craft, learn about my strengths with making a big project like this, what I do like about it, what I dislike, where I need to improve, where I feel pretty comfortable with already. So yeah, that was my main goal Sunday, and I feel pretty great after it, comfortable where I'm at.
One of the things we talked about before we sat down was the writer's strike that's going on, and it's affected everybody. Will that keep you from chasing? You mentioned contacts you've made. Chandler, you mentioned contacts you've made and trying to get into the field and chase that dream of acting or being part of production. Where are you today, and is that still step number one?
Personally for me, I don't think I'm ever going to give up acting. This has been a dream of mine since I was a kid, and there's still that, little kid inside of me who just wants to, pursue his dreams. So, if the writer's strike, if it somehow messes up a contact or an opportunity with me, that's one door closed, but there's a million others open. So I'm going to just keep opening doors and see what can happen.
Yeah, it's pretty much just kind of waiting it out until everything happens. I know it's
We've all been starving actors.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just waiting it
okay.
out, seeing what SAG does and everything. All the other different guilds, what happens with them. But yeah, just kind of waiting to see what happens with them, and right when that stops, just immediately heading out and trying to get a job.
We all have marketing departments, and we all work in the marketing field somewhere or another. Talk to me about singing the national anthem and throwing the T-shirt on. What a great idea. Explain to people where you sang the national anthem last summer and what you sang it in.
So it was July 29th. It was a game against the Athletics, and Chandler was there. And
Of course it was. There was free food in the
Oh, I was there in a heartbeat, yeah. The free bar.
I was so thankful for him to be there, but my buddy Adam was like, yo, what if we make a shirt and you're gonna be on the Jumbotron? Oh my God, let's get this shirt there. So then my sister, she's like, you can't wear that shirt, it's wrinkled, I gotta blah, blah, blah. So she was doing that. And then Adam's like, where's the shirt? You're about to be on in 10 minutes. I'm like, my sister's gonna bring it. She was dry cleaning it, and I was able to get it on and be able to sing in front of a little over 28,000 people. So,
That's free marketing. You have to love that.
it was great. I think it worked out perfectly. Yeah.
I love that. Talk about distribution. And you mentioned you've had openings. Is one of the goals to have an opening here and then hope that you can spread this across the country?
Like we said, we have 2 really successful screenings in Bloomington, Indiana, Normal, Illinois.
How cool was that?
I know, it was really fun. I mean, I had to step out a bit just because it's, for me,
Did you really?
it's kind of tough. Like, I've seen Sunday so many times. I've watched it
you put it together.
so many times. It's ridiculous. I mean, just that weekend before, just like going through a bunch of Q&A checks to make sure it was all right. Right now we're getting a theater ready for the Quad Cities and all that. Other places, I know we want to, think about some other festivals. Eventually we want to find Sunday a home, or something like Shudder, just a nice place that we can put it there and be like, yep, that's cool. It's on a streaming service.
What about Sundance and Cannes, fellas? Come on.
We're gonna try and
Sundance is a great opportunity.
Yeah, when we submitted to them, it was just like a rough draft because, there's a little thing that says, oh, you can resubmit it if you get accepted, with your final cut. So we weren't accepted, but now we feel that, hey, we have a really good film here, and I think, they'll like it, and we're gonna resubmit it, and if not, we'll just submit to other festivals, get some other theaters going.
Where will Chandler, Newcomb, and Ben Meenan, and I don't care who answers first, be in 10 years?
Oh God, Like, same thing my mom asked me. Gosh.
Because she wants a job.
Yeah, I
She
know,
wants
right?
School paid off.
Please tell me you have something. I mean, gosh, you know, hopefully just making more films, doing more work. I mean, that's the reason we do this. Just one of the big reasons we made Sunday is just to show what we can do with nothing. And like, hey, imagine what we could do if we actually had a budget. Imagine what we can do if we really had someone backing us. I think, you know, just having us three, we've made something just really incredible, really special, really unique. And yeah, just working on more stuff. That's the hope.
I hope to be in plenty of feature films in the future. I hope to, you know, work with other actors that, you know, I've looked up to, and just to be able to learn, and just to, you know, acting is fun for me. So I just, you know, I think in 10 years I'm going to be having fun and being an actor, and hopefully, you know, starting a family and so forth.
Two-part question, final question. What'd you learn from this? Good, bad, and different. Pratfalls, pitfalls, joy, etc. And if a young high schooler came to you both and said, hey, this is what I want to chase, what would your advice be to them?
Just please go after it. Don't really listen to
Your parents who want you to get a real job? Yes.
well, yeah, just like it may sound corny, but listen to your heart, like listen to yourself, especially with filming this. A lot of college students, they only want to do like short films, blah, 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 blah. But we were like, what if we take the time throughout our college and make a feature film? So not to pat ourselves on the back, but we're one of the first to ever make a feature film in college, I feel like, or at least, you know, be heavily, you know,
Not
known with it.
something indie-like, yes.
No, right. So, you know, just go after it, whether, you know, if it is making a short film or it is, you know, just making a feature film, just go after any opportunity, because it's a learning experience. This was a learning experience. It was, you know, there was the good, bad, ugly.
Yeah, practice.
The good, the bad, ugly, okay.
Yeah, it's just pretty much what he said, just chasing it. You know, I really had no idea what I was signing up for when I said yes to do this.
That was my next
yeah.
question to you is, did you have any idea that what this would entail?
Oh no, I mean, I feel like you just FaceTimed me one time. So, you know, Adam said he works on a movie. Do you want to work? And I was probably just really tired from school and just kind of said, yeah, sure, that sounds fun, I guess. Not realizing the amount of hours, amount of time I put in, but man, I don't regret a single bit of it. It was extremely fun. So, you know, just take opportunities as you can, learn from them. I mean, there was a lot of tough moments on Sunday, a lot of awesome moments, and
Yeah.
it was really fun. I wouldn't change it for anything.
No, and I mean, like, especially with filming at night, it's like, you know, it's a sleepover that never ends. Like, you're up with your friends just doing, like, you know, you're making films and having fun. So it's like, it is a sleepover that never ends, and I'll never forget it. You know, it was a night to remember. Yeah, literally. A couple nights.
The movie is Sunday. If I wanted a sneak preview, how would I go about that? Or do I need to wait to watch it in
You
the theater?
can go to our YouTube channel, The Video Project. There's a trailer and teaser trailer there. You can also go to our Instagram page, Sunday_movie. That's where you can follow what updates we're going to do with theaters and film festivals and, you know, streaming service, etc. And the trailer's on there too. And I believe that's it in terms of social media, yeah.
Chandler, Newcomb, Ben Meenan, grateful for your time, fellas. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank
Great
you.
job.